Hi guys, I'm your host Ali Khan. Today we are going to learn how to configure asset accounting in SAP. These are the brief steps I have mentioned. So we go with the step by step. So first step is defining a chart of account and chart of depreciation. So first of all, we copy chart of depreciation from our company, predefined by SAP. So go to SPRO. Financial accounting, then asset accounting, then organization probably. Yeah, organization structure. Then there's no need, but just to show you, this is country-wise code. Here only we have to mention the low value asset amount. So we select our country, like go here and select your country code, like mine is this. So low value asset, we have to measure that what is maximum amount of low value asset and the asset, and these things come in the when you are appearing in your FI certification. These things come in your exam. So just remember what are the things. Mostly it will ask that this low value asset option will come, net book value version. So these are the things they mostly ask. So this is only for you have to also check that it is active or not, tick is there or not. So do this according to your country. Our main area is this. We have to copy the chart of depreciation and name it according to your requirement. So as I already configured it, I just show you how to copy it. Just for example, just again go to your chart of account of your country. This has been facilitated by the SAP. SAP has made chart of depreciation for most of the countries. So select yours. So mine is OCA. This is for Canada, and accordingly you can select this one and name it, like you can write it Z0. So this is the name of your chart of depreciation. You can write any name. What I do, I just write the name of my company code. So easy for me later on whenever I try to find out. Sorry, chart of depreciation, copy it to very fast. So here's the confirmation, copy to Z00. So now go back. You can change the name in the description, Z0. Chart of depreciation, and like for my company name, like if my company name is, this is only for the example. I'll show you. Save it. The next step is depreciation area. So this is the main thing. It automatically picks the last one. So these are the different areas, 115. These are the different areas. So again, this is according to the company requirement. What mostly people do, companies do, they delete the not required area. So it is for insurance. It means that you can maintain your depreciation according to insurance requirement, investment point of view, tax point of view, and your financial point of view. So mostly we just delete it and we just keep only two. This is book depreciation. In this, the entry will be posted. You can see the area posted in the real time, and area does not post. So in tax accounting, only the calculation will be available, but it is not posted in your books. And this is typical question which comes in the certification, that area 1 in area 1 entries are posted, but in other area like 15 area, this is only for the reporting purpose, calculation purpose, but no entry has recorded in the system. And the accounting principle, you have to, whatever you have mentioned while configuring your GL, the same principle you have to mention it here, otherwise it will give error, some error, most probably it will give error. So as I selected gap in my GL, so I selected the same one. If you have selected IFRS, you will select this 60 IFRS. Okay, so simple. This you have to do, save it, and these green figures mean that everything is going fine. So this has been done. So our first chart of depreciation, in which depreciation area 1 and 15 we have selected. Now step 2. So let's go to the second step. And down there is the assignment of chart of account to your company. You just have to assign the chart of depreciation you just made in the previous step to your company. So we are working on this company, so this already been made. So just want to show you that you just go to your company code and select the chart of depreciation whatever you made. Like we made this one, we can select this, it will come here, but this is only for the example I have made, so I'm not attaching it, just want to show how to assign it. So our company is this ZLBW, so you have to just assign this. So this is the second step. Now go back to third step. So before going to SAP, I just wanted to learn that in asset class we have to first define these three: account determination, screen layout, and number one. Account determination is simple and simply the asset class. Like if you have building, land and building, you have vehicles and different like these, all the asset classes which are coming in your financial statement, you will mention here the names. Then the screen layout is simply the like the fields which you want to suppress or make it optional display. So in screen layout we just mentioned the name, but the other things, whether you wanted something optional or suppress or mandatory, you will define it here in step 5. So here you will define the name. Then in step 5 you can alter it if you want. And then in asset class the third thing is the number range. Like in every module we have to mention the number range, serial number. So if you mention like for example 6 asset classes, you have to mention 6 number ranges, or you can use the same for all. It's up to you. So these 3 things you have to define, and these 3 things are then attached in asset class. So it's pretty simple. So in go to as we have in the last step we have assigned to the company code asset chart of depreciation. Now we go to asset accounting underneath. So first of all, account determination. So I will show you my example. This is my company, ZLW. You can write it any name. So better to start with your company name so easily you can identify. So these are the asset class I have made: land and building, plant, vehicles, furniture, asset under construction, low value asset. So these are the asset typically we make. The asset under construction, low value asset, we will have a detailed lecture on this. So these are 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, 6 asset class. So just mention the name and the code. And then layout, as I told you, you have to just, again, you can make, if you make 7 classes, you can make it 7, or if you have make 6. So for land and building, same I have mentioned. Starting with or land and building as separate screen layout, this it's up to you, your requirement. You can use 1 or you can make 6 or 7. So just mention the name and the code. As I told you that to make anything optional, we will do it in step 5, but you have to make it here, the name, and attach it in the asset class. So go back. Then the last step is select your company. Again, it's your requirement. If you want separate number range, you can make separate. As you define 6 asset classes, you can define 6 different number range. So these are the number range, and this is the last number range which I have used. So it's up to you. You can define 1000 to 199, or you can use 1000 to 10,000, then 10,001 to 11,000. This scheme is up to you. So then go back, and the last step is the asset class. Attach all these 3 things together. I will show you the only one example. Like for building, land and building, you just make land and building and attach all these things. Enter the description, account determination, whatever you made in account determination, it will come here. So pretty simple. Screen layout, again, the name you have made for screen layout, it will come here. Number range, again, 0, 1. If you want to use this 0, 1 to all, you can select every time 0, 1. And this is kind of, this you have to select mark or this other thing, and that's it. So go back. So we have done our step 3. Now step 4. So next step is assigning GL account. So here we assign all the GL accounts relating to asset class. We define depreciation account, and main accounts are depreciation account, accumulated depreciation, and retirement account without revenue. And these are some of the accounts. So we go to step 4. Integration with the general ledger. Here you can say that define how depreciation. It is the same. It is just for the information what you define in the chart of depreciation. That book depreciation is going to be posted, but tax is not will not be in our records. So it's just for the information that how depreciation posted to the general ledger. So main step is this, assigning GL account. Go there, select your company, account determination. So account determination, as I told you that in account determination we mentioned the asset classes. So these are the 6 asset classes. I just showed you the first one. Let's open this. You have to just assign the GL accounts asset. See, this is accumulated. This one is, yeah. side by side I will show you in the GL account as well. So this is main account, land and building, control account or asset class, land and building, balance sheet type is balance sheet, and same thing, currency, local, reconciliation, asset, you have to select asset. So all entries which you make in land and building, it will be clubbed or added up or as it work as a control account, land and building. So all, like if you purchased 5 buildings, so it will be clubbed under this account, land and building. So in the reconciliation account you have to select asset. This is the main thing you have to remember. Other things are normal. So this is our cost account, you can say that, in the balance sheet. So then the contra account, acquisition value, it's an offsetting account. It's just like opposite to this account. When you are adding asset without vendor, you can use this account. Like in opening balances, you have uploaded the TB in GL, and at there you mention this account, and this in that entry this account is debit, and like opening balance you have mentioned 100,000 in land and building in GL, and when you are adding the breakup in the asset accounting, you mentioned that you have two buildings, one 80,000 and the other one is 20,000. So here you will add 100,000 debit to land and building, and credit will go to the in this. So this is when there is no vendor, you will use this account. So it will be credited at that time in the asset accounting, and debit is already there in the opening balance, so it will be nil, and then this account only this prevails. So this is kind of opposite of this thing. Here we made and this is kind of when you are selling the asset and there's no revenue, means that there's you are selling it as a scrap and there's no customer, you are not getting anything. It's not about the gain or loss. It's revenue, means that you are not getting any penny of this, means scrapping. So this is kind of this thing. So here you will mention the account for the scrap, so it's a loss, and for this I will show you the GL account 2803. This is offsetting account, simple balance sheet account. So nothing special. You can use it at the time of uploading the data in the asset accounting. The other one is loss. You can see that it's primary cost of revenue. I have selected this thing, and this is primary cost. So then asset clearing account, revenue. Yeah, this is something you have to remember this thing. This account, when you are selling the asset, the SAP will ask you the clearing account. So you have to mention this here. What is interesting thing is that like this account or any other account for expense or income, we have to mention that it's a primary cost. But for this, as it is a clearing account, and you don't have to mention it as primary. If you mention it as primary or balance sheet, then it will always give you error. It will not allow you to post it. Always give error that cost center is required. and if you try to put cost center, it will not allow. So make this account as non-operating expense. If the splitting is on and you are you are distributing the expense, profit center wise or cost center wise, so this account should be non-operating. I think this is the only account is non-operating or whole chart of account. So this is an interesting thing. Nothing there. So this account is kind of like GR or IR, like in inventory or GR or IR, the same function it will do. Then gain and loss, these are the, if you are getting more than your net book value, so it's gain, so our system will automatically pick this account. And these are all primary account. I will show you one example. So primary account and its revenue, and if you check the loss account, then it will be a cost account, like primary cost account. So this part is done. Yeah, the depreciation account. So here you mentioned the cost account of the asset, and in depreciation you will mention the accumulated depreciation, the contra account, and this is the depreciation expense account which come in P&L. Same thing you will mention it here. So you have to mention the GL account for all the asset class-wise, like building, vehicle, messenger. Only difference is for asset under construction. There will be no depreciation for this. So if you click here, there will be no depreciation account accumulated. So this is the main difference. Otherwise, all the assets has the same. If you open any vehicle account, same, the balance sheet account, offsetting account, and these things. So you can skip this account if you want, but it will, I think, you need it at the opening balances and when you are adding some asset without vendor. The asset for this step. Now go back. We have done step 4. This is the main step. Now step 5, as I told you, that whatever you mentioned here, you have to define here. So just number 5, define screen layout. Go to master data, screen layout, define screen layout. So you will find all the screen layout names which you have defined previously. So like ours is this, it's like this. So if this again is up to you. If you want to make something required, optional display, you can change it according to your need. So let it be like this by default. So now go to step 6. So these 3 things we have to define in number 6, step number 6, and this is for step number 7. And, we have to maintain depreciation key. So these 3 things are required for depreciation key. So you can see that these flowchart, it is for your understanding and easiness, that you can know that why we are making these 3 things. We are making because we need it in depreciation key, and same with others. You can see that these things make asset class, and all these 1, 2, and these 3 things attached in step 8. So that's why I make this flowchart, so you can know that which step is required before the next step. So we will define these three things in step 6, and because we need it in step 7. So go to SPRO. Okay, in financial accounting, then asset accounting, then depreciation, then valuation method, depreciation key, calculation method, and these things, base method, declining, and multiple. So in base method, we just have to copy it and make our technical name. You can copy this one. This is the most of the time we use this. So we just select this, make a copy, and you can write any other, whatever the name you want to write, and save it. Okay, so as I already configured it, so I'm just showing you. So description is ordinary depreciation. There are 2 or 3 options. Special tax interest, so we take this ordinary. It is inbuilt, so we always copy this thing. Depreciation percentage method, there are different method as well, like sum of years and other method. And these are the 2 main things, types of and depreciation method. The rest will be like this. So as I have configured for my company this method, I simply copy this number. So in base method, we copy this one. Maybe this is different in your version, but this is the after and end life. This thing you have to copy it. Then go to declining balance method, as it is mandatory, therefore we have to make this one. I will show you. So we will use this one. So we copy this one, 001, and you can see that it's a maximum percentage, minimum percentage. These are by default 1, 2, 3, 4. So just copy first one, and these are decimal factors. The first one, maximum is this, like in this case second, you can see there maximum is 20%, minimum is, they did not mention it. So main purpose is, there are 2 ways to define it. What we do mostly, we just copy this one, and we save it with our technical name. Okay, so like I did LBW. We are not defining depreciation and declining balance method percentage here. We will define it later on. And even if you select this one, with save it with your technical company, but in the other step I will show you, if you mention there's some percentage declining, then the system override this thing. So as it is necessary in depreciation key, this field, the declining balance, so therefore we have to make or use this 001. It's up to you. So nothing special with this. So as the name suggests, maximum, minimum, that like maximum percentage, you just put 20%, 30%, and if you are using some of your method, and the system calculate itself some depreciation rate, and it goes beyond 20%, like 21%, 23%. So system restrict with 20% because you have mentioned here 20%. But in our case, we are using straight line or elimination method, so maximum, minimum will not affect us. So this is the other step of the 6. Declining, then the third one is a multi-level method. Now we have to define multi-level method, as the name itself tells you that it is for multi-level, not one. You can define multiple depreciation rate according to the year. Like if we just check it out, this one, these are the by default. So if we check this one, and so this is the validity period, that up till which year these entries will be valid. So always write 999, but it's mean indefinite period. So these are the multi-level depreciation rate for up to for year 4, 10%, then onward up to 7, it's 5%, then 25 per year 25 is 2.5%. So it's multi-level. You can, if this is required, you can use this one. But most of the case, like in our company, we just use one. I will show you like different. I have made these 20%, 5%, 100%, 10%. So this is the maximum. Mostly we use this one. 100% means that in the same year we will just depreciate this thing. So like 20%. I'll show you. See, acquisition is 999. You will write 99 means that indefinite period. Here you can write either 12 means 12 months, or there's a list of values also in that, but we use 12, that 12 months. See, 365 days or to you. So we select, normally we write override this thing and write it 12. Base, it's the acquisition when it is acquired. 01, we usually take 01 for the straight line, but if you are using diminishing, we will use this 24 net book value. So only difference is this, that in diminishing you will use 24 instead of 01, and you will take this remaining life for reducing balance method or written down value method. And 20, you can understand that this is the percentage. That's it. So for reducing, you will take this thing and select 24. So that's it for step number 6. Now we go to step number 7, depreciation key. And because of this, we have configured these 3 things. You can see that in a while. So in depreciation key, we have to define depreciation key here. So as I told you before, that all these things we are now assigned with in the depreciation key. So go back, valuation method, depreciation key, and default values under this, maintain depreciation key, chart of account. So you see, I have these are the one I have made for 20%, 5%, 100%, 10%. I have made for depreciation key. So I will show you the first one, 20%. So nothing special, you just have to attach these 3 things. So chart of depreciation, you will select your chart of depreciation key. You will write any name. I write 2, it shows that it is 20%. Then depreciation type, ordinary type, start of depreciation, and these are the 3 things which we already made in the previous step. Base method, you have to mention. Decline method, 0, you can see that it is coming there. And then multi method, 20%. So it should correlate with the depreciation key name, like it is for 20%. So it should be 20% as well. So now do like this. Here you will write 5 and select 20%. Should be same. Depreciation if it is 20, so something similar to this. Class straight line depreciation. You can see that if it is declining, you have to select declining, otherwise straight line. And that's it. Increase in the depreciation and expire ratio. This is scrap value considered is controlled by cutoff value shutdown. So these are the things, and accordingly you will change it. If it is 50% or 10%, you will just say change here. In the multi-level, you have to mention as 10%, select the 10%, because rate is system will pick the rate from the multi method. So this you have to take care. And same with the declining. Like if you have made any declining in multi-level, so even in declining balance method, this 100, if there is something you have selected like 5%, maximum 30, 40, but here if you have selected is something other, so system will pick this thing, and it will the system will override this thing. So this is the main thing, multi-level. And also here you have to select this one. So same like this. So this is step number 7. Now the last step. In last step, it's very easy step. You have to just whatever you did previously, you are going to now attach here asset class already here. And when you attach this chart of depreciation is already attached automatically. You just have to assign depreciation key, depreciation area. Here depreciation area 1 or 15. If you remember, we just we deleted all of the depreciation area except 1 and 15. 1 is for our books posting, and 15 is only for the tax purpose. So in step 8 we will do this thing. So before going to step number 8, in step number 7, you have to active this depreciation key like here. So whatever the depreciation key you have defined, you have to activate it. Just select this thing and click this activate. So this is all for this. And one thing I will show you the next step, this GWG, just remember this is low value asset. It is 100%. So it means that it will be depreciated 100% in the same year. So either you can make yourself or you can use this one. So this GWG is for 100%. So going back, so step number 8 is determine these things. Okay. So I think it is there. You have to go to asset accounting, then general valuation, depreciation area, and yes. So if we just check it out, this, so and this asset class you already defined, so it will come here. So just you have to assign. See the asset class, it will come your chart of depreciation already you made, it will attach, and these are the 2 areas, one for book depreciation and the 15 is for the tax purpose only. So depreciation keys, you have to from the list of value you have to select. Like for vehicles we have selected 20%. This is for vehicles, and you can select any depreciation key. So like we have made 20%, so we select this thing, LS2. So all the depreciation key which you made in previous step, it will come here. And this is for area 1. For area 01, and these entries will be posted in your ledger, but area 15 is only for the tax purpose. It will show you the tax figures but not posted in your ledger. So here you can, I mean, it's depend on the country tax. Maybe it is the same, or it can be different. Like here, for learning purpose, it's better you can just change and choose differently. Here it is 20%, here is 10%. So when you run it, LST, I will show you. LST means that straight line 10%, straight line 10%, or you can select any by default. Like I will select this one later on. So you will select this one. This is layout. You have to write it 1000. This is layout. It is for reference when you are copying. So then it will help you. So this is for vehicle, and same you will, whatever the asset class you have maintained, you have to assign the depreciation key accordingly. So the different thing is that asset under construction and low value. In asset under construction, as the name shows there, it is under construction, so it is not capitalized yet, so we will not charge any depreciation. So there will be no depreciation for this. So the key you will use 000. There's no percentage. It will not calculate any depreciation at all. No depreciation, no interest. So even with the tax, but it's all depend on the company laws. You can use any percentage in the tax, because it will not enter in the ledger only for the calculation purpose. So anything you can assign. And low value asset, like low value asset means that it will be capitalized but depreciate on the same year. So we use this GWG. It is by default, but you can make yours as well. So it's 100% G. This one, low value asset, 100% depreciation. So only difference is this. And again, for 15% area, you can define anything. This, so it's up to you. And layout there is the same. So this is step number 8. So these are the main steps in asset accounting, and there are some additional steps. And these are the main 8 steps for the configuration. So when you configure the asset accounting, typically at the time of entering your first asset in AS01, like the when you enter it in asset class and press enter button, you will find this error. Fiscal year YY is not defined for calendar year 2001. So we are here in 2021, but this is a typical error. It comes 2001. So you just simply have to go to asset accounting, then preparation for go live, production setup, and here define setting for the company code. So here you just have to enable it, and this error will go. So this will go to asset accounting, then preparation for go live. Yeah, just remember this time, going live, then production setup, and define setting for company code. So with this, you can fix this error. Thank you so much.